Welcome back to HBO Girls Rewatch. Before we jump into today's episode, we just want to remind you to rate and review our podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
And if you're up to it, follow us on TikTok and Instagram at HBO Girls Rewatch.
And if you care about us even a little tiny bit, subscribe to our YouTube page.
Hey, I think it's time to lean into Lena now. Let's get into that episode.
5, 6, 7, 8. Welcome back to HBO Girls Rewatch. I'm Amelia.
And I'm Evan.
And today, what are we covering, Evan?
She said okay.
Episode 3 of season 3.
Okay, wait. I was at coffee shop all day, just doing little work on my laptop. But
It's 1:40.
I know, but that's all day for me.
Okay,
I actually wake up at 6
because you woke up really early. So I started my day about 20 minutes ago.
Okay, but the whole time I'm in coffee shop, I'm literally sitting fetal position.
Talk into the microphone.
But do you know what I mean? It's like the whole time I'm literally like this.
Yeah. Well,
I'm about to like do somersaults around the damn. I'm about to roll.
If there's one thing you're gonna let people know immediately is that you're a little bit different.
I think it's mostly gonna let them know that it's like I have to hold myself close because it's the only way. It's like my heart rate doesn't destroy me.
You're self-soothing.
I'm self-soothing. Inside fiction bar.
Honestly,
Cafe.
It's like the coffee shop is making you buy a cold brew, which is just
for
$6, which is just gonna make you jitter. So for you to even be allowed to sit in that chair, you have to order something that's gonna make you.
Well, I didn't eat before I went too, and I didn't realize until I got there.
And breakfast is huge for you randomly.
Well, and breakfast is like I'm kind of every single day this week I've been just drinking coffee instead of eating, and I'm doing the jitterbug in my body.
Eating disorders, they're back.
I'm like, I need a spin-off podcast for that.
Everyone does. We need a podcast that's about eating disorders. I really do believe that.
I don't mean it, but Amelia the other day is like, you don't have an eating disorder, you have disordered eating. And I was like, that's amazing terms to put it for me.
See, that's the thing. Everybody's afraid to be like, I have an eating disorder. But if you are just like, oh, no, you don't have an eating disorder. You have disordered eating, which means the exact same thing. But somehow the wording makes people be like, that's it's not
eating disorder is accusatory. It's like a witch's finger pointing at you, spelling a curse on you. Disordered eating is like, no, that's quirky. It's kind of like
it's also evil.
It's evil. I mean, but when I'm experiencing it, it makes me feel less bad.
But
the thing is, I'm not like, okay, I don't want to go through all of them checklist, but I'm not Leem. I'm not Annie. I'm just like sometimes restrict, but that's more of a place of anxiety and less of a place of actual.
Eating disorders are never about food.
I feel guilty.
Eating disorders are about control. But when I went to an eating disorder specific therapist for one summer in college, when I had really gone off the deep end, she wouldn't even talk to me about food. She just wanted to talk to me about like why I feel like I need to like create a result before something happens.
I should say I sometimes forget to eat.
Okay, and we're gonna cut that because that's just triggering for a lot of folks at all. Guys, today we're so excited. We have a guest on their way arriving in maybe
I'm so excited.
A few minutes.
I need to put a curl cream in before they come.
Okay, yeah, put on cold cream. I'm wearing like a
cold cream.
Is that what you said?
Curl
cream. I need curl cream. My hair is like wavy, but it's low key, like a girl who's like, I have wavy hair and I don't care to change it. Like, I'm trying to embrace that lifestyle today.
I'm trying to think about you for a second. I'm like having a really hard time.
Oh my God, it hasn't even been like 2 seconds.
I know, I'm just like,
You don't even have to say a thought. You can just listen.
I can do that. I'm listening to what's going in my head right now.
Can we talk about for a second? So me and Evan are roommates and we're getting a third roommate and moving.
Are you about to yell at me on the podcast?
No, I'm just about to report on kind of. I was like, I'm gonna let Evan handle the email communication.
I feel bad all the time.
Evan sends me a forwarded thread of them speaking.
Wait, I have to say, I voice the text all of it on a walk.
I didn't know
/run.
I didn't know emails could be shorter than text so many times in a row.
WTF?
So many lowercase. You said one phrase twice.
No, it's because my voice to text sometimes will do this where it will say the same phrase 8 times. It just goes back and back.
And you
so I actually could have said that 8 times in a row, but I actually only said it
You never
twice.
thought, let me double check what this voice thing came up with before.
I was going for a run.
You're like running down the streets of Brooklyn like,
for
hey.
Mia Brown to even receive one email from me, she should be thanking her lucky stars.
It's like you want to take on part of our thing, and then you take on the one thing that you refuse to do, which is sit down and write a text.
I don't have time for her. I didn't.
She doesn't have time for us now. She won't respond. But anyways,
well, we can't really do anything about it. We're gonna have Jared Goldstein on the podcast. I'm so excited. I really look up to this person, and I'm like beaming with excitement for them to be able
you're
to be
being
on.
so earnest, Core. I love it.
Yeah, I really love them. I think their comedy is fantastic. They're so funny. Please check out their stand-up.
I feel like everybody we talk to is in New York because we film here.
Yeah.
But I think they live in LA full time.
They're LA they're bi-coastal in the sense where they're always being booked on a million shows. Okay, this is one of the best tips just for anyone listening and whoever wants to do stand-up. If this is what you do, you live in New York for some period of time or do really well in the stand-up scene in LA. Then you go to LA, and then when you come back to New York for like 3 weeks at a time, you can message everyone you've ever had a connection with or looked in the eyes.
And they'll book you. It's like there's a girl that used to live here. Then
former guest.
Yeah, former guest that never really got booked, or like got booked a little, but not really. Oh, and now when they come back, they get booked on 40 shows in 1 week, and it's like a one and done. Like they can check it off their list.
No, they were being booked.
So boring for people.
They were being booked. I actually think it's interesting.
Okay, well, Jared Goldstein's actually so random to me because I did like open mics for 1 month in LA before I moved here, and he was at like every single one of them being so much better than everybody else there because everybody there was kind of like, it was like post-COVID. Everybody was new in town, but it was like he obviously knew something we didn't. Like he wasn't new in town, but he was pro. And my guess was he didn't have a job. So he was just like hanging out, trying to like be better at comedy. And he was killing it.
No, literally, because I mean, he was child actor.
Was he?
Yeah, I've listened to podcasts he's been on before.
Oh my God.
I know his story intimately.
I just know what he looks like when he's waiting to go up at an open mic at a random bar with 4 people.
Which are almost the same things. Intimacy and someone stare before to go up into an open mic is almost the same thing.
It's huge that he's going to be on the podcast because I was always too scared to talk to him because I was like, he's so much cooler than me. I'm just a mere teen. Because I felt
at 23.
At 23, I was just a mere teen. But now that I'm 25, I feel brave enough to say hi.
Lena wrote all of Girls. Or season.
Thank God Lena Dunham turns 25 in this episode because when she said that she was 24 and she can't run a car last episode, it made me feel bad.
My dad just listened to our first episode of the podcast this week.
The pilot?
The pilot.
What did he think?
He's like, time to cut you off.
That's so sweet. That's such a sweet thing. Guys, it's Jared Goldstein.
Hi.
I got my phone immediately. Sorry.
Let me just check my calls.
There's good stuff on there.
No, really good.
Immediately, you're already like setting your status, kind of leaning back, you're like, I make the rules in this town.
I'm wearing all black. I'm like leaned back.
Wait, can you please
I'm here to
your
dom
shoes?
the two of you.
Please.
Yeah.
We need help.
We need help.
But we need your shoes information first.
Yes, my shoes are Crocs.
Get on cam.
Get that.
I think
Amelia.
they look leather. I'm sure
no, they
people
do.
will disagree.
No, especially in the iPad, they will.
And they're really comfortable.
They're gorgeous. They're mule Crocs without giblets.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I didn't know you could do that. That's the little things you put in there.
That's something you can Google.
You can
mule
Google
Croc
that.
without giblets. That's how I found them.
You're just kind of alone. You're like, what's next for me?
Yeah, a mule Croc without giblets.
Yeah, perfect.
You know what I mean? There is clothing items where it's like, you like come up with a crazy idea for clothing, like belt buckle earrings, and it's like that's only a product you could find if you ever came up with the product yourself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's always like weird products where it's like shoelace top, and it's like you can only come with that if you've created the idea in your head as well.
I love that improvised idea. Shoelace top.
Shoelace top.
I recently bought a tie skirt.
Exactly.
I bought 2 of them. They were like, it was at a thrift
colors?
store. Yeah, they were like different like patterns because it's made of like probably 15 ties.
Where'd
all
you get it?
Sewed like together. I got it. I think it was like an out of the closet. I don't remember exactly where. It was a thrift store, and I bought 2 and I've worn both never.
Oh yeah, that's classic.
You can wear them together, maybe.
Yeah, because the thing
layer.
is, if you just look at them and you don't think about them as like a tie skirt, they just look like really fun. But then I am afraid that like I've had that before where like I'm like looking at it and I'm just like giving it like sort of a best faith interpretation, which is stupid. And then I'll go out in the world and everyone will be like, cool tie skirt. You know?
Can I say I have an anecdote here too? Because for a while I was going to Goodwill bins because my friend was like, we need button down t-shirts to print on to sell t-shirts online, which we never did. But one of the things I found in a bin was a bra made out of ties. That is way too large for me, but I'm like, I really hope to use it one day.
Oh, great.
But I'm kind of in the same boat where it's like gorgeous for something made out of ties, but I'm not going to put it in my body.
Sometimes you just have to buy the things in front of you. I bought a Christmas vest. It's a red Christmas vest. It's made of like...
You're going to find a place to wear that.
It's just sitting in the closet. I don't know when. But the thing is, I have bought things like that in the past. And then eventually, it made sense. And I knew it. I knew that it would. And I just needed time. I bought it. Maybe it sits there for 6 months before I figure it out. And then 6 months pass. And then I know and I have it. And I'm glad I did it. But the vest I'm worried about.
No.
I'm glad this
is actually a metaphor for like following your dreams.
Yeah.
It's like you do something and you're like, this isn't gonna mean anything. This is stupid. I just wasted my time and money.
Yeah.
And then it's like a year and a half later, you're like, that day actually changed the course of my life forever.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know
it's red.
There.
It looks like maybe what an elf would wear.
Is there
at the
Christmas
mall.
trees on it, or is it kind of just solid block?
It's like red, and honestly, in my memory, it's like hard to even recall because that's how little I look at it. It's just so in the back of my closet.
How big is your closet? If you're in LA, you must have a big closet.
It's walk-in.
It's not walk-in. No, it's really not. I just have like a closet, and then I have like 4 trash bags filled with like other clothes that are in a closet downstairs.
Okay, that's beautiful. Yeah. And you're also in LA. Sorry to go so off topic so fast, but LA is really the city for estate sales. And someone who's chronically addicted to estate sales is the best city to be in for that.
Yeah. I've actually like never been to one, or maybe just like one.
Right. Okay. Well, you know, I'll tell you something. Every estate so for some reason is from a dead Jewish person. You never walk into one and they don't like have like a plate you can put like a shik. You know, it's like Passover and you have the plate with all the things on it. They always have that.
Yeah.
There's something for bone and parsley and salt water right there when you walk in.
So you know where to get one if you're in the LA area.
And it's made out of it's so
I have like full body chills.
Okay. Let's get into the little
yeah. This is a girls podcast.
I
Jared,
guess.
where were you when Girls came out?
I was on my couch sitting next to my best girl. And we had a lot of fun watching it.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah. It was exciting
because every week.
I was tuning in every single week. Yeah, so I'd moved like about a year ago to LA. So I felt like I was excited to be in LA, but I definitely still had like, a strong connection to New York. And I felt like I would have some understanding of what the show was about. Right. And it was fun to like watch. Also with my best friend and roommate, who was also from New York and like went to high school in New York. And so it was a fun kind of window back through.
How did you two meet?
We met in an acting class.
That is beautiful.
Oh my god.
Yeah. They teach that.
I didn't know.
Oh my god. Have you guys, is it like Selena Gomez and Demi Lovato then you got to make a Princess Protection movie together?
It's like Selena Gomez and then Selena Gomez's gay friend who like maybe books one commercial every 4 years. So whoever that guy is, that's who I am.
Wow, that's incredible. Congrats.
Yeah.
I love that.
Does she have gay friends?
Selena?
She had a cooking show, so I feel like one thing leads to another. She had a gay friend.
Yeah.
She's
got
It's only a matter of time.
Yeah.
Exactly.
She's friends with Taylor. You know Taylor. She's obsessed. So
with gay people?
Yeah, she had a whole music video with them.
I know. We still always think about that, don't we?
I do.
Yeah, I do too.
Jonathan Van Ness is on my mind at least once a week. Somehow.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know how it happens. I don't follow him. I don't watch
former guest of the pod used to be producer for them.
We did go to a Queer Eye viewing party.
Yeah.
But it was the first time I'd seen the show in like 4 years, and I was like, they're still kicking.
Yeah, ever present.
And they own homes now.
Are they really relevant in LA?
They're relevant to me in that I open for them sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god,
that's amazing.
JVN.
They have really good promo because anytime you walk in a park here, they've somehow spray painted the sidewalk with JVN in their face.
Really?
Everywhere you look, they like have spray painted JVN's face around this town. They're really painting the town. The expression goes.
Wow.
That's where I'm trying to go.
Yeah. No, we can do that for you.
Okay,
you should
please.
You should be like, if you're opening, if you could just spray me on the sidewalk as well.
Yeah,
just so people know.
I mean, the silhouette's there. It's like it would just kind of like beige over the beard a little bit, and we're like halfway there.
You're halfway there.
That's actually perfect.
Interesting. Well, because there's nothing else tagged to it. It's kind of just JVN and a JVN's face. So it's really just for brand. It's not hair. Or comedy.
Well, I think their brand is hair.
Yeah, exactly.
Their brand is called. I think it's called.
It's called JVN.
Hair.
It is called. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, I didn't know we were gonna go here.
Yeah.
No,
that's beautiful.
I want his management team. They're killing it. Okay, should we jump into the episode?
Like I could say a few things about that.
Our first segment, we do a minute to win it synopsis of the episode.
Hannah is giving Adam a haircut, and she's like, well, at least I'm not having a mental breakdown this time. And then, ring, 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 who's at the door? It's Caroline. And she wants a place to stay, but Adam is not feeling it for one damn second. And then we show up at our girls, Hannah's birthday party, where Marnie's like, it's not a surprise party, but our parents kind of think it is. And they're paying for all the drinks tonight.
And they're like not that happy about it, but whatever. And Caroline is, of course, Adam's sister who's crazy, but Hannah's like, she doesn't seem crazy. She seems actually sweet. We should let her stay in the spare apartment. And Adam's like, no. And then Ray's at the party feeling really sad because Shosha's there, but it's like so over between them. And Shosh like has a cigarette and like maybe a boyfriend who came for her. And
and then I finished this summation of the episode really seamlessly, and it's that the thing that I saw last night, and I'm recalling it, is that he gets punched in the face. Ray gets punched in the face by John Cameron Mitchell, and then they go back home, and the party's over, and they're about to have sex, they being Hannah and Adam. And then Adam opens the bathroom door, and then Adam's sister Caroline is in there, and she looks very disturbed, and then she crushes a glass in her hand, breaking the glass, and it's all in her hands, and she's bleeding. And then she apologizes, and they put her to bed, and then Adam doesn't want to fuck anymore.
Can I say something? It's like that acting class really did come through. When you were doing that.
Really?
I could tell the acting class was there.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
okay, great.
It was dramatic.
Especially when I was panicking and vamping.
No, it was
part.
beautiful.
Yeah.
It felt seamless almost.
Honestly, I actually did have to learn how to vamp at a very young age because of commercial auditions. A really popular phenomenon that is no longer popular was a commercial audition would be like, you would walk in and they'd be like, what did you do today? And then you'd have to just be like, today I went to the zoo. And it was so crazy because I saw a giraffe. Did you know that giraffes are tall because their neck is really long, but also their legs until they stop you?
Oh,
that's a TikTok clip.
Yeah.
Well, people are always complaining about commercials because they make improvisers write them in the audition, and then they don't hire them, and then they hire a hotter version to say it.
Oh my God, is that true?
Yeah.
I've only done one commercial in my life.
The Q-tip one?
And it wasn't actually, it's paper. So it's like, I have no reference. I didn't improv anything.
Wait, but doing one commercial, that's a lot. That's one more commercial than most people.
Yeah, it's only because my mom worked at the company and I just found myself in that position.
Nepo.
Okay.
Nepo for commercial. No audition needed.
I appreciate the transparency.
Face. Oh, of course, there's one thing in this podcast we are is transparent.
That is true.
Maybe to a fault.
Yeah. Wait, so you love commercials? Wait.
Do I love them?
Is this part of your story?
No. Oh my! I mean, it's definitely a part of my story.
Or
There's no way it can't be a part of my story because I was a child actor. I'll never stop talking about it. It's so boring. But I've auditioned for commercials really essentially my entire life, and I have never stopped. And I will be auditioning for a commercial later today, actually. And if you can believe it, I have auditioned for like at least 1,000 commercials, if not, I want to say like 2,000 commercials. And I have been in like 3 or 4. So
it's kind of your open mic.
Truly.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so like my success rate is about as low as it can possibly be.
No, this is me and stand-up shows too. It's like I've done 4,000 open mics and get booked 3 times.
That's really
yeah.
That really is the way.
Really the big twist there.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Isn't it? Okay, I feel like, I don't know why I know this, but you said something.
Let it out.
You said something about how you were like auditioning for something that was for children. And you were like, oh, this is going to change my life. I'm going to get this job. And then they gave it to a little boy.
Oh, yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, that was the movie. It's called like The Last Dragon, Raya and the Last Dragon. It's like a Pixar movie. And it was just like my first like really big audition after like a showcase. So I thought like, oh, there's this like 1-to-1 of like you do the showcase and then I have this really big audition. It was to play the lead of a children's movie playing a child. You know those like behind the scenes like in the DVDs of like Disney movies where you see like the Imagineers and like they walk into a building like shaped like the hat that Mickey wore in Fantasia.
Yes.
No, literally.
It was like fully that experience where I walked into like a sound booth with like a man who was working with me who had clearly like just been doing this forever and was like, I played like a crab in this movie and I play the, you know, bird in this movie, which was exciting to kind of like just kind of sense that. And then like in a booth, there was like 20 producers. And I was like, this is crazy. I literally feel like Christina Aguilera recording like the Mulan
They
song.
all have an opinion too?
I guess so. They all had an iPad.
How did they do that?
I know that much.
Oh
and I was like, this is crazy.
That is the same as having an opinion in our society today.
Truly, yeah. So then I just like, I did it the only way I could. And then they were like, okay, can you do it different? And I was like, no. And I just tried to do it again, but it was like not different at all. They also were like,
maybe they meant gay. Sometimes they say different. They mean gay.
What they wanted, it was confusing because they were like, we're probably gonna pitch your voice up, so don't worry about getting your voice really high. And I was like, okay.
They would never tell me this. Never.
I know in that moment it felt very like Zac Efron doesn't have to actually sing. They're like, we're gonna make it happen. We just want
so
you.
Funny.
That's a very Hollywood exciting thing. But anyway, I did it again, and they were like, "Could you actually try to go higher?" And I definitely couldn't. I was just like, my voice was like cracking. Anyway, it's not an interesting story. It just ends with me not getting it, and the person who actually got it was a literal 6-year-old boy.
Oh my god.
Huh.
Yeah.
The thing is, the competition is always getting younger.
Hollywood.
Yeah, that's a good.
There's always someone younger.
Yeah.
I know, we are learning this. We're going to a 19-year-old's birthday party tomorrow.
You are?
Guested a pod 2 weeks ago.
Oh wow.
Ivy Wolk.
Love.
No, we do love her. I don't know why you
but
said
I will
it like
say
that.
in this episode when it's Hannah's 25th birthday,
yeah,
I know,
I'm
like, we found safety, community.
fucking God.
For Hannah to be younger than us for most of the time we're watching is mean.
It's been hell.
So for her to even it out finally, to even the score.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we had one article written about this, and it was at 2 months when Amelia's 25, I'm 24. So now we're kind of like chronologically, I'm always be a year younger than Amelia because they're like Amelia 25, Evan 24. So it's really good for our canon.
Yeah, and without that article, that might not be the case.
Exactly.
Yeah, you might be
Thank
4 years older
God.
than her by now.
And Vice collapsed the next day, actually. It was Vice, and then they were like, we're collapsing. And it's like, thank God I got our names out there first.
Yeah. Yeah, one last cry. Cry to the moon before it's all over.
Literally.
I did walk by the Vice office yesterday. It was empty.
Was
it was 9 p.m., but it was empty.
Remember Vice Live?
How can
that?
I forget?
Yeah.
Who did that?
Oh my God. When that straight guy went to
Vice.
Bear Weekend in Provincetown.
They did like a live, like a daily live show.
Oh, actually, you know what? I did lie. I thought Vice Live was just any video they ever made.
They did it was a short-lived daily live
Is
show.
this like Quibi for you?
I wasn't a part of it.
I know, but maybe we should get you a Vice Live shirt because you already got the Quibi. Jared got a Redbubble Quibi shirt, so I think a Vice Live show, another fallen social media platform,
yeah,
for you, short form video.
What was your show on Quibi?
It was called Nikki Fresh.
Oh, I loved it.
You loved it?
Yeah, I know the raps.
Oh my God, you know the raps,
honey. Well, I don't know by heart, but I know that.
Sure. Hey, that's great.
Head. Great music videos.
Great music
and
videos.
She's so talented and deserves so much more.
The songs are great. They got Dua Lipa's songwriter to work on it. They did a great job.
The Simple Life is one of the best shows ever, and this is a close second.
Are you watching Crappy Lake? Because I am, and it's
is
incredible.
She on that?
No, it's like Crappy Lake is like it's Luann and Sonia.
Yeah,
Luann and Sonia from the Housewives of New York.
I've been watching it TikTok style.
They have their own spinoff that's called.
That's first,
Yes, because they replaced all of the New York Housewives, so I guess these were the two favorite, and they just gave them their own show, and it's kind of like based on Schitt's Creek, but it's really
I saw the
Simple
Luann
Life, and they go to this small town, and it is so good.
I'm gonna watch it.
It's really good.
Let's watch that.
Well, and we have an amazing question for you, Jared.
Yes.
Oh. Girl, what girl are you?
I feel like I'm like a hybrid of Marnie and Jessa.
Why?
Because I'm like you dress cool.
I'm
and
like
you have clogs without holes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like I'm like the way that I'm annoying is specific to those two characters, and the ways that I'm not self-aware feel specific to those characters. Like when I'm cringing at the show or like things that characters are saying, it's like usually from them, which I think says more about me than it does about these characters.
That's actually really beautiful because they always say your biggest insecurity or the thing your partner's biggest, like what you're most insecure about your partner is actually your biggest insecurity.
Totally.
And what you're saying right now is resonating with that. So
yeah.
cool.
And also I think it's just like,
that's really smart.
I'm terrified that the answer is just Marnie. I'm scared of that. But then there also is just like it's
not.
Is the expression brass tacks?
I love that. Yeah. Say it anyway.
There's a brass tacks reality of like a certain type of person who is a Marnie. And I just am not that person. No, literally. But I have so much in common with Marnie. So I think in order to just kind of like even out the sort of picture, it's like I gotta just throw like a dash of
no,
Jessa.
I love that. And in my household, brass tacks is when my mom gets her hair dyed.
Yeah.
And she goes from brunette to blonde.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and she's giving a tip to her hairdresser.
Yes.
So it's brass tacks to mean a lot of different things.
It's a brass tax to kind of avoid the brass.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
To find the cool tone, you have
really
to pay
smart,
the brass
Jared.
tax.
Because that's really good insight. Because
it does feel like you're anti-Marnie, though.
Am I anti? Well, here's the thing. This episode specifically, like, really hits home for me as someone who attempted pop superstardom as a young person and had to like scrub that from the internet.
Do you have a video like this?
I never had a video. I didn't get that far.
You never had to call YouTube.
Never Rebecca Black?
I never had to. Yeah, that was interesting that she was on the phone with YouTube. I did love that.
She's like, Marcel. I'm sorry for yelling, but I need you to help me.
Yeah. I'm Marnie. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I love that.
And also I love the acne cream for no acne. I'm like, go off. Like, perfect. Just the 2 green dots.
They're
like,
trying to make Allison
girl,
Williams,
you never had a dot.
30.
Stop it.
That'd be Starface today.
Yeah.
Like if they're doing a product placement, that'd be Starface.
Save it for the last segment.
Starface. Sorry.
No, come to memory.
No, okay. Amelia, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Girl, what girl are you?
Is it per episode?
You can do whatever you want.
This episode alone, can you speak
We're not
to
like
that?
picky.
Then
I'm
it's
sorry.
fully just Marnie.
I'm
sorry.
You're Marnie this one because I'm going to be
1,000%. 1,000%.
And now I'm cutting off everyone. Okay, I'm going to shut up for a second.
I would have answered that so much more quickly.
Really quick?
I'm going to go Jessa. Pay me still.
Yeah, I'll still pay you. I do payouts.
Because you're feeling kind of quiet.
I'm being loud in a way I think is annoying right now.
No.
But that's not very Jessa this episode. She doesn't say one damn word.
Well, exactly.
Does she actually not say one word?
She doesn't say one word.
She doesn't say one word.
She is just smiling.
She just kind of works a vodka soda.
Yeah, and there is like parts where it's like we totally are getting her reaction.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, I'm doing face acting. Like she wasn't just not doing acting.
What?
My general note for the show was like, I wish that they had not. They did kind of break away from like the typical like sitcom like structure, which was so exciting, and I feel like was like really new for television. But I wish they did it even more and didn't feel like they had to make it like a 28-minute like exploration of like 4 people every single time and like move everyone's story along, because it just at a certain point I was just like, we just don't need like. There was that conversation between like Ray and Colin Quinn, and like I love Colin Quinn, but I was like, this just doesn't have to be happening. Like this just doesn't have, I fully just tuned out and was like, we just don't even need it.
We're plugging into Ray too much.
This episode, I was really like, I wish Ray was shutting up more. Like I don't care that he's mad about the DJ.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, that was kind of crazy.
Well, I actually skipped that part. I was like, I watched it the first time. I rewatched every episode twice. Second time around, I never skipped a part when rewatching an episode. Like I always watch it fully. I skipped that fully.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying is really boring.
Yeah. Like I just like the show was like the highs were so high. It was like just leave it. Like just you don't have to fill it in. Like certainly not for me. I'm on my couch.
You're like, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I don't need that.
If this episode is 17 minutes of pure gold, that's fine. You're on HBO. Who cares?
You're really Quibi family.
Yeah, I'm really.
You're really pushing the Quibi agenda. Yeah. That's so perfect.
Oh my god.
Quibi was huge for me because I had an internship.
Why was Quibi huge for you?
Because I had an unscripted TV development internship my last semester of college, and all we did was like have a meeting once every Thursday that was literally called Quibi meeting. Where we would just be like, so what's gonna happen with Quibi when it launches? Or like, here's what we're doing. Like, what are we gonna do to compete? Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So it was just like, I spent most of the internship talking about Quibi.
That's incredible.
It's like, she still does that today. I'm like, the internship's over, girl. Enough.
It's time to move on.
Quibi around the house all day.
But now you pulled me back in.
I know.
This episode's about
you
Quibi.
wore purple and black today.
Yeah, it's my fault.
Can I say, if you ever need a podcast, you should do a podcast about revisiting Quibi shows.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And just go through Roku.
Yeah.
I think their colors are also purple and black or purple and white.
No, I think you know the thing about black and white when people do colors, it's like they always are changing them back and forth because they do night mode and day mode.
Oh my god!
Yeah, but if you ever want a show, that's actually a perfect show.
Wait,
that's
we'll
really
call
smart.
Headgum for you.
Okay,
no,
great.
Amelia is starting a network, so we'll connect.
Oh yeah. We're moving, and Evan's like, let's get an extra bedroom and make it a podcast studio.
We're
run.
moving.
Do you remember the one where they like made dog houses? Do you remember that one?
Well, I didn't own.
It was
Quibi.
a competition where they like.
I have to say, I've only watched it.
No one
IMDb.
did. It was free.
Yeah.
Okay, look, I'm still Quibi pilled. It was free.
Oh.
Everyone was so
Sorry.
mad and it was free. I was like, it's free.
It was free for a month.
The thing is, Quibi
No, it was free for 3 months and it went under before they even started charging people for it.
I think that is the case.
It's a really good business case study because it's actually one of the only companies. So they raised $1 billion, which is huge.
Yeah.
But they actually gave back $600 million, which is, you've never hear of startups giving back money, but they knew it was going to be a failure at the beginning. So they actually gave back the investors a lot of the money that they raised because they knew it wasn't going to be profitable.
Oh,
from
wow.
A really early stage. And you never hear about it.
And now it's like a case study in most business courses.
Really?
So that's a good antidote for your podcast.
Interesting. All right. Yeah. Kind of circle back on Quibi a little bit.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Do you have a question for me?
I guess what girl am I? Might be Shosh because I liked her peplum outfit and the way that she was smoking a cigarette and didn't know how.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she was holding it cool under her clutch.
She was like, oh my God, and her clutch was chevron. I was like, yes, girl. Oh, God.
I had a chevron rug that I got from West Elm and I felt incredible.
Oh my
West
God.
Elm
did that?
Yeah.
Amelia, that could be
West
part of
Elm
your
is
aesthetic.
really good.
Wait, what does a peplum rug look? Does it have sleeves?
No, chevron.
Oh, chevron.
Yeah, the rug. I just threw a peplum dress on the ground and I was like, that's my rug. I got it from West Elm.
That is so something Evan would be like, let's put this in our apartment. It's going to look
I'm like,
really
Zara's
good.
making rugs now.
They actually are. They have Zara home.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah.
Damn. I was really trying to pick one that didn't have it, but
no, you were.
You really
H&M.
know a lot. That's so cool.
What girl
you
are
know
you?
that you know that thing about
Useless
Quibi. You know that
information.
Zara has a home line.
I know. I started dating someone. They're like, I've never met someone who knows so many useless facts before.
That's what the
and I
person
called
you're dating
myself
is saying?
autistic once about it as a joke. LOL. And no, he won't stop calling me autistic. Huh.
I love them.
Yeah, really
I'm
exciting.
shipping this new relationship
Really?
so hard. They added me to their close friends list, so now like I'm a part of it. You know what I mean?
I know, but it's
That's
only been a month,
exciting.
and we were friends first, and it's scary to talk about it on podcast.
Yeah,
But
don't do it.
I feel.
I'm
I'm like, I actually have nothing.
like,
not
shut
that.
up. Stop.
Okay.
Stop
Okay.
it right now.
What girl are you? What girl are you?
I'm like, I'm gonna be Shoshana. I'm like, right now I'm not Shoshana, but actually, where Shoshana is now, I think I will be at some place soon. Not soon, in general, in my life.
I don't know what you could possibly mean by that, but okay.
It was really
Do
on
you
my
want to
chest.
elaborate it or no?
It was on my chest, and I guess.
Free yourself.
No, it's.
Release your-
I always say stuff on this podcast, and it ends up becoming true.
Okay, yeah, manifest it. You're Shosh soon.
No, not soon, but at some point.
At some. Okay, not. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, next segment.
I'm being so
We're
raw
being
right
so
now.
random today. You brought an energy that we're like, there's no rules anymore.
We're so excited to have you on because we've. It's not to shit on any other episode. We're like, you're so comfortable.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You're like, we were like, oh, we know it'll be like chill vibe. Like we won't have to put on like a whole show.
I
It's actually me.
appreciate that.
Like we don't
Yeah.
have to really do much.
I'm actually gonna take all that back now. I'm gonna be super weird, and
Yeah.
you better be in your best freaking behavior. Fuck.
It's time to lean into Lena.
Yeah. Wait.
This
Oh,
is
yeah,
the part
I'm
of the
shaking.
episode. This is the part of the episode where we think about what Lena was probably thinking when she made this one.
Whoa. Cool.
Yeah, you didn't see this coming.
Yeah.
Oh, girls
Okay.
podcast, not
I
about
think-
Just
girls.
top of mind. I think she was drawing on experience.
And that's the episode. Thanks, guys. See you next week. Oh my god, this is so
Yeah.
good. Yeah, no, she always is. She always is.
Yeah.
I wonder if her 25th birthday was exactly like this. Even it was cool that her parents came
No, it
from
wasn't
Michigan.
because she was famous by then. It was her 21st
Yeah.
birthday was like this.
Right.
I think the rent moments
Oh, I
probably
know.
spoke to a lot of people.
Well, because Marnie episode 2 is like, I moved to New York City because of rent. And for it to have this full circle, amazing.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Episode 2 of the show.
I thought it was cool they brought back Taco because we haven't seen them since season 1 at the like Bushwick Cracks It an episode.
Yes.
And then Who else?
There's amazing.
Laird showing up.
Laird's there for a sec. With that, what was that? Was it a beehive? I was like, what was a gift he was giving them?
I don't know,
Something
but
wicker.
I love that Marnie's like, we're not doing this.
Yeah. I also really liked Marnie's dress.
No way.
Oh my God,
I kind of did.
That's actually...
I feel like it was meant to be like offensive, and I was like, "That's great."
I found it so debilitating.
Yeah, it was very like. She looked like she was like hosting the 4th hour of the Today Show for sure.
Yeah,
but like that's hard to look like that.
She really is
specific.
trying to build her life back post Charlie, and she's really needing the party to go well. But she's really got to stop singing. The music video. Okay, so let's talk about Marnie's music career. This is where we're at right now. It's like she's like, I'm gonna do music.
Well, yeah, former pop star over here. Let's get a little note on that.
Have you ever made a music video such as that?
Never made a music video because this
was
like
in
the late
1960s
that I was doing this. So like music videos were not really as important yet. Watching Marnie try to get that YouTube video down, it reminded me of an experience that I had actually like even later. Like there was just like one day when I was just kind of like, it just occurred to me and I was like, what if I just like tried to search anything from like my music and that time? And this was probably just like a few years ago, like really recently, and many years after I was trying.
Recently sounds so different for a lot of people. Because for me, recently is last week, but for some people it can be 4 years.
Yeah. For me, it's probably right in the middle. It's like 2 years.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. I thought I was gonna burp. It went away.
I was like, bless you.
Yeah. It might come back. But when I went to take it down,
when
it
was
like
back?
This. yeah. And then also like digital scramble my mouth.
I love to Gaussian blur them out.
Yeah. But wait, I'm losing my train of thought. I don't really.
Sorry.
No, my God.
It's
honestly, it's not even worth saying, but I'm going to say it anyway.
What you're saying is cool.
So I Googled like myself and music, and wouldn't you know, a website from truly like 2006 came up, and it was like, so 2006, it was so crazy looking. I was like, oh my God, this is still here. And then I scrolled to the bottom. There was a contact us. And I was like, there is simply no way. Like whoever ran this website has been dead for years.
Even recently.
I sent them an email and I was like, hey, like this is me. I would love it if you could take this down. Responded almost immediately. Sure, no problem. It was gone.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
My God.
You didn't have to yell at Marcel?
Nothing. One email. I couldn't believe this man has had this like URL for decades, literally decades.
Do you know how expensive it is to own a URL?
And he is sitting by the computer. He is ready. Because I guess he's getting a lot of emails going, hey, I did try to be a pop star in 2004. Can we please take this website down for now? I'm sure he's getting that call a lot.
But on GoDaddy,
it sounds like he must have had a protocol already in place for.
He's spending thousands of dollars because GoDaddy, they charge you up the wazoo for a website to just keep it up. Yeah. You know, I'm someone who's trying to have a website. It's like, I know the price it can pay.
Yeah.
Especially a website from 2006. Yeah. They didn't have Wix.
Maybe it was free. Maybe it was cheaper back then.
Yeah. It truly might have been.
Maybe it's like when somebody gets like a sick rent stabilization thing. Yeah.
Huh. I have rent controlled websites.
Yeah, you need a rent stabilized website.
Actually, I have a sneeze coming now.
Okay, bleep it that too.
Is it because
I said amplify it? Amplify the sneeze, bleep the burp.
Okay, wait, no, the sneeze went away. Wow.
You're literally edging us this whole podcast.
Yeah, I'm coughing.
Okay, yeah.
Something is I'm like conjuring something.
You're
something really big.
Something's brewing.
I hope all three at once.
Yeah,
that'd be exciting.
Okay, I'm seeing like a mother figure. Is there a mother figure?
Did you have one?
What?
I didn't have. No, I did.
What?
Never mind.
It's Lena Dunham. It's Lena Dunham, our mother.
Her mom's in the show for a sec.
I know. Taz is still straight. When does that happen?
Okay, sorry. I ruined everything. Okay, what should we do next?
Do you think it was so fun to be Lena Dunham at this time, like in New York?
Yeah.
It must have been so fun,
Well, I've actually been binge listening to her podcast, The C Word.
Yeah.
Where she throws in anecdotes about like when she was also becoming really famous. And apparently it was really bad for her.
Oh,
she was being like...
Of course it was.
Yeah. She was being like really sad.
Her famous quote is like, the worst thing than ever not achieving your dreams is achieving your dreams.
Of course. Yeah.
That helps anyone here.
No, it was. Yeah.
We just start weeping.
And we were actually talking about eating disorders before you got here, and it was like a huge time for her to have an eating disorder.
Sure.
She was very sick.
Sure.
But she was killing it.
Yeah.
She looked amazing, and I'm pretty sure she was dating Jack Antonoff. So.
Oh my god, talking about
wow.
amazing. Marnie's like, when Hannah's mom is like, "You look really amazing today." Marnie's mom, and Marnie's like, I tell her she can look like this every day.
Oh my god, that was such a
So
funny, specific,
funny,
So
real,
funny too, because it's like she was
burn.
just like wearing underline, like
Yeah,
under
she literally
eyeliner.
I think she looked worse than she did in the opening scene.
No, literally.
Where she just looked like a perfect newborn baby.
Yeah.
Like perfect skin, perfect hair, perfect.
It's like when a 13-year-old wears the darkest eyeliner you've ever seen, and you're like, you could actually shade up.
Yeah.
You could go lighter.
It is like silly in TV shows when like every character will be like, "You look terrible," and they look exactly the same, and it's just for the storyline.
It's
and you're
Marnie
like,
with the 2 blue dots to make her ugly.
Yeah.
It's the Anne Hathaway like trying to make Princess Diaries her ugly, and she just has wavy hair.
Yeah.
It's you know what it is? It's Ugly Betty. It's like Beckerel's
Which I am
stunning.
rewatching right now.
Okay, it's on Netflix now.
Yeah. Oh my god, is everyone rewatching it?
Yeah.
It's like number 10 on Netflix right now.
You know what
because
is
of
so
Barbie.
crazy? I
That should
constantly
be your
think I'm
rewatch.
like inventing everything, and I'm just
No, and you
like,
are, and you are, and you are, and you are.
Yeah, I invented Ugly Betty. I also invented rewatching Ugly Betty
I agree.
right now, and that's what I've been doing.
My
Literally.
friend used to be America Ferrera's personal assistant.
Whoa.
Well, you can't really talk about that.
I actually can't say anything more.
Yeah, no, that feels right.
Whoa.
Can I say I met Lena Dunham at a party once?
What?
Stop.
I did.
You've been sitting on this whole time.
I thought of mentioning it earlier, but then the moment kind of moved on.
Leaning
but
into Lena, this is what it's about.
yeah, it was like when I first moved to LA. I was at a Golden Globes party, not on any of my own merit, but that's where I was. And there she was, and Tiny Furniture was a huge hit. Girls was not out yet; they were still auditioning for it. And like friends of mine, again, not me, friends of mine though, were auditioning for it. And it was like talk of the town. And she was like at this party, and I just went over to her and I was like, "Oh my god, like I loved Tiny Furniture. I just heard about you're getting a show. That's so exciting. Like, congrats." And she was like, "Oh my god, thank you so much." And that was the whole interaction.
Oh my god.
You should have been Elijah.
I should have.
Yeah.
No, he's so perfect
He's
and great
so
and
perfect.
talented.
They can have 2.
They could have 2 Elijahs.
Yeah.
We just posted
Yeah.
the season 3 promo photos on our Instagram, and everybody was like, "Where's Elijah?" 'Cause
Yeah.
Elijah isn't in the poster. It's like we put Ray and Adam in. Where's our boy?
Well,
Yeah.
because Elijah's kind of excommunicated until episode 7.
Ugh, was he busy on Broadway? What was happening?
No, they just write the show sometimes that way.
Oh, okay, fine.
Yeah.
I
and
also
then
think
Beach House.
2012 was a scary time to be a gay guy on television.
Right. Even 2014.
Yeah.
And
It's
even now,
Now.
Even now. Yeah, in a new way.
in a new
In a
way.
new way. But that was a specific different way where it was scary.
Not to go off tangent, but they're actually I was reading a really
Off
great
tangent, yeah.
off top. But I read this amazing article in the New York Times this week where it's talking about how gay people such a sign of progress that gay people can play such villains on TV and movies right now, because it shows that like we can finally have that dialogue where instead of, because if you put a gay person as a villain before, it's like we're trying to build a cause, but now because gay people have elevated such a place in society, we can now show them in so many different kinds of light, and it's like the really great example is White Lotus.
Oh
And
my
the,
god. It's
these
just
gays are
like
trying to
when
kill me,
Fleabag
see.
came out and we were like, women can be bad now.
You can't just be we now have that. It's like
Showtime invented
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gaby Hoffman being in it, being a star, was huge.
Yeah.
We've never met Caroline before this.
No, she's such a good actress.
She's so good. When
You're-
she's like dancing in front of Ray, trying to get him to dance, I was like, this is Oscar worthy.
Yeah.
Adam's like, Caroline is an evil person, but
Yeah.
Hannah, you're good to your heart. And Hannah's like, no, I can be actually mean at times.
Oh yeah, Hannah's like, stop, relax. I'm also a mean girl sometimes.
Do you think Hannah's evil to her heart? Like, is she more evil than Caroline, or just as evil, or is she actually kinder?
I mean, we have to answer the question first. Is it evil to be obsessed with yourself?
I mean, I'm not a
Oh.
doctor, but I do feel like a big difference between Hannah and Caroline is that Caroline has some sort of mental illness. That
Oh, totally.
right?
Well, the thing is,
She definitely does.
Hannah has
Caroline
mental
has one that
illness.
Hannah does not.
Oh, Hannah has OCD, but she's kind of in more like management mode.
Oh, right. That is a part of
Yeah,
the show
yeah.
too. Yeah.
And Caroline, the thing is, they don't have the same dialogue around Caroline's mental illness. Like, it's perceived as her being this evil person. And, like, but meanwhile, it's like, I don't want to diagnose her, but it's like, she's either bipolar or, like, there's something.
Something manic.
But they're not giving her the same forgiveness that they give to Hannah. And
I really felt for her, I'll say.
Go for it.
Yeah. When she was like laying down and she was like, I'm so sorry. This is a terrible way to be. This always happens. Like, maybe it was just Gaby, like, just giving a really great performance. But I was like, damn, I feel for that.
I'm like, this might be the first time I ever saw a vagina. I can't remember, but it's up there.
There is something really chilling. Like, I remember watching this in college, and it's like her full puss out shatters the glass in her hand, covered in blood.
Yeah.
There was something like really shocking.
It feels hereditary almost.
Sure.
Her movement.
Yeah.
Like the silence and then the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was jarring.
Oh, but when did she get a hospital bracelet? Because in the next scene,
they took her to the hospital.
Yeah, but they don't mention that.
I know. Jump cut.
They're always doing that. People told me I missed it.
On TV shows, you don't see everything.
I know.
You just see kind of the parts they want you to see.
And for me, it's like if I'm not getting the full reality TV version of it, it's like I don't believe it for a second.
We made a TikTok of Evan being like, the show.
You want like a dash cam?
The show has a continuity error. And people are like, that's called a jump cut.
Yeah.
And we're like, we can run a podcast.
Also, I think like continuity errors are like beautiful human flaws. And I think that's fine. I think it's so weird. I think it's so. Yeah, and it's like, just like, stop. Everyone's like so crazy about continuity errors. Like, yeah, it's fake. It's fake. This isn't real. Like,
how do you say the word
15 people stood in a room and made this happen for you. You're welcome. You do it. It's not easy. It's fake. Continuity errors are so crazy.
Oh my God. You really defend Quibi to your core.
I know. I'm really like, oh my God.
So sick.
Yeah.
I love it, of course.
This is a Quibi episode.
It's a Quibi sponsored.
Okay, so
they have $600 million to give out. What's the editor's name?
Oh yeah, we have to talk about David.
I'm gonna go
to David. Yeah.
Coming because he's about to die.
I thought it was so funny when he downloads Grindr on this really quick.
Yes.
And it's like an iPhone 3rd generation. Like, there's nothing quick about downloading Grindr on that.
Yeah, and then Hannah was like, "Cool."
He's like, "I
thought that was so funny.
I need a what was it, like a steel water and a phone that has internet capability." She's like, "I have the phone with internet capability. Yeah. Adam, go get the steel water." What the fuck is a steel water?
Is that what it was? Steel water?
Still?
Like not Starbucks.
LOL.
We got it.
I've been doing a naming project for like a protein brand all week, and we have steel's like one of the words we're using, so I'm just sure it's like top of mind.
Oh, okay. When people say steel cut oats, I want to go home.
Ooh,
no,
I want to go home.
You need to
Mom, come get me. They're talking about steel cut oats.
No, because the science behind that is really.
Wait, what is steel cut?
I don't fucking know. I don't want to know.
You have to cut
get it away. Steel cut.
Got that.
Who cares?
It helps.
Just cut it and leave me out of it. I'm like
a regular cutout.
Yeah, exactly. Just give me oats.
If it's steel cut, it means there's iron in it.
If someone told me to cut something now, because cutting is drugging language.
If you're not eating organic oats, you're putting poison in your body, and stop doing that.
Of course, they're oats. There's nothing in there.
Oats are poison.
Oats were for people on a trail who had 7 months to make it, and they needed just like sustenance.
And for like it girls on TikTok.
Those
I think it's crazy. Yeah.
I'm not hearing it at friends.
That's crazy.
Oh my God.
There is something so funny about seeing David the editor in a low status way, because it is so like something that happens when you're young is that you think everybody higher up and adult is so serious and legit, and then you see them at a party one time and you realize like you're a lot more mature.
And you know what?
Even.
It's a really quick tie-in to Elijah's boyfriend that he had during the karaoke party during their housewarming.
Right, like he's so much older.
It's like always gay men having tantrums in their 40s and 50s in the show, because not to spoil, but and if you don't know this already, but Hannah's dad is doing the same exact thing. It's always 40-year-old gay men are having panic attacks in girls.
Yeah. That is so true.
It's always happening. But you get one a season.
It's such a thing to be 25 and be like, oh my God, my editor is mad at me. And then you're like, your editor is actually addicted to coke and is so like.
And that is anger still.
And is just a different format. Fuck. Which like that was when I worked at a weird startup when I lived in LA, and my boss was just like this crazy like coked up dude that like slept all day in the house and then would like get up and like order strippers with company money, and I was supposed to respect him. Meanwhile, I was like running his company for $12.
Lots of
But I really related to her being like, why is he at my birthday party? I just want to be me.
Yeah, that.
Have you seen your boss do coke?
Have I seen my boss do coke? I mean, yeah, I've worked at a restaurant, a really popular, delicious restaurant here in New York, where the owner was straight. He was like a 50-year-old straight guy who with a rage problem who would just go on a tirade every single day. He threw a phone at my head.
Are you kidding?
I was like 18. I was like, this is normal. This is what jobs are.
I'm like, I don't think the butcher's daughter is that delicious, though.
Is that where you were?
No, but it's not far off, honestly.
Jack Weiss Frida.
Yeah, it's not far off.
We have a friend working there right now, and it's been like, food's terrible, but celebrities love to frequent it. Every day she's like serving Austin Butler. Or like the guy from You. Penn Badgley.
Yeah.
Sister. And Jemima Kirk's sister.
Whoa.
Yeah.
We gotta go. We gotta go.
Gotta get our
I would love, like,
we'll go really full, so we don't need the food. We'll just get a coffee.
Ooh.
That
and
was
we'll just
a
wait.
huge part of working
Can you
at a
make it though?
restaurant.
Honestly, like every morning, if things have gotten, coffee technology has come a long way. I used to like, I guess I also didn't know the word. I guess I've come a long way too. I didn't know the word. I like a short iced Americano.
Yeah, off
which just
camera,
means there's less
you
water.
just made a coffee too. And you did such a good job.
Thank you so much. And I feel like I got to live that dream today because of you.
Oh.
And now I am burping on the pod. Sorry.
Bleep it.
But yeah, like, and I would get like really intense about like asking for like less water, and then I could just feel my like worst self, like kind of like leaning over the counter, like watching if they're doing it the way I want them to do it. And it made me feel insane. And at a certain point I was just like, I have to stop. I can't be this person anymore. I could feel their like contact nerves or like anxiety with dealing with me for being like, hey, and just a light water, like, yeah, no, whatever, yeah, just good. Like, just like, it was so like, it was as evil as if I was just fully Karen screaming at everybody to be like, give me that water, you know. And then it was like, if I didn't like the coffee, the thing is, if you add too much water, it's too late and it's done. And
yeah,
like,
exactly.
You can always add more, but you can't take it away.
Exactly. So what I would literally do out of complete shame, like I wouldn't even send it back because I'd be like, I can't do that. So I would just leave and I would just throw it out and I would go to a different coffee shop and try again. I was really losing my mind over the Americano. So I had to just shut it down. No, this was years ago. This is actually around the time that Girls was airing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
So it really ties back.
It really does. We bring it right back. But
disposable income looks so different for so many.
Yeah, to be able to just toss at the time, what was like a $3 or $4 coffee.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and then just get a new one. But I had to stop. I couldn't afford that, so I had to stop. And I was just like, I just can't have nice things. And then recently, I've learned you can just say a short iced Americano, and for the most part, you will be handed the drink that is what I'm wanting.
This is why communication's everything. We're always saying that communication's everything. Can solve all our problems and have the right words.
Yeah,
amazing. This is why I actually only get cold brew, because it's literally from jug to cup, and it's like, there's no spoilers. Everything's perfect.
Yeah, it's the same thing every time. Yeah.
I'm really good at, if I get a bad coffee, like romanticizing the new taste and being like, well, today, like, it's kind of fun that every sip hurts.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
yeah.
Like I can trick my mind and being like, this is such a rich, diverse experience to have.
I was doing that with cooking shrimp at home.
Oh my God.
Where I was just like, yeah, no, this is what shrimp tastes like.
And it's supposed to crunch that way.
I literally like gaslit myself about the shrimp I was cooking for myself for months. And it was like one day I just snapped out of it.
Was this Trader Joe's shrimp?
It was.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
It was. And then one day I literally just like, I can still see it like flashing before my eyes in front of the stove going, this is gross. And I don't like this. And I don't have to live this way. And I can stop.
Because you just thaw it out too. And you're like, did I thaw it out correctly?
Yeah.
And it's like, I get what you're talking about, because the flavor profile is like, what? It's because maybe you season it differently, but no, it's because it's actually really gross and it's hard to de-thaw and cook.
De-thaw and cook? Exactly. Yeah. I don't think maybe you're not supposed to.
It says on the back to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, but remember when the Trader Joe's cauliflower gnocchi? Sorry, I had to talk about the
No,
Nike.
you have to talk about Nike, but then you could also bring up the line, religion. It's on
It's
the
a smile
back
on
of
a dog.
Oh wait.
Doesn't
No.
she say religion is the smile on a dog?
Philosophy. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Philosophy. It's on a cereal box.
Who wrote it? I want to know who wrote
Well,
it.
I actually read an article earlier today.
It's so good. The writing of that is
It's actually
so
good. Song.
This-
I'm sure it's the same people that did Quibi.
No,
Yeah.
so this
Sorry, you keep nailing.
this is a
I've
cover.
made mistakes.
This is a cover of Edie Brickell.
What
I Am, which is a song from like 1980.
Can you add it here?
And it was
Or can I play it?
Yeah,
What's
I
it
can play
called?
15
What Am I?
Wait, it's a
seconds.
cover?
So it's a cover of this girl from this Brickwell's band, Edie Brickell, and the New Bohemians, and they released 2 albums with New Bohemians, but What I Am was their signature. I'll play it.
Oh, wow.
Did you find it? Oh, I have it too.
This is an ad.
So they
I
didn't
have it.
write the song.
So they didn't write the song.
That's a lot. I went too far. Oh fuck.
I thought it was a parody of that kind of song.
Oh.
I know, but it's the real lyrics.
Oh, it's a new verse. Ooh, it's kind of like that song. It's like Green Light. What?
I don't know. It really did.
I want it.
I'm thinking of one where it's like
Lord.
rainy day.
Yeah.
It's raining on your wedding day.
Ironic.
It's like
Ironic.
rain
That really famous song, Ironic.
on your wedding day. It is crazy because when I watched it first, I was like, they're so good at parodying a song that would act like this. Like they are really leaning into
So they
how
didn't
camp.
parody of the song.
There was no joke.
Damn.
It was earnest.
Ooh,
Okay.
for
Well, then,
once.
well, they still curate it. That's got to count for something.
And then, oh my god, it's really it's such a fun episode to watch. This
Yeah.
one, it's high energy. I also love birthday parties and TV shows. You know what I mean? There's an event, and it's Halloween, it's Christmas, it's a birthday party. It's like I'm getting connected.
Yeah. Oh, a Christmas episode. I'm like,
I love
I'm
it.
cozy.
I'm cozy.
here.
I'm really wanting a Halloween episode to happen
I
soon.
know.
It hasn't happened
Ooh,
yet.
I like when Halloween is spooky, not scary.
Literally.
Yeah.
I like when it's like fashion and it's cute and it's like the fireplace and it's like
fun.
Americana.
Yeah.
You know? I love orange and purple.
Ooh.
Literally say.
Paper ghosts. I don't like the
No.
waxy blood
When
and
a witch is scary, I want a witch to be pretty.
yeah. Oh my
Hot
god, literally.
even.
Yes, that's a
Yeah.
big part
Yeah.
of it.
It's like she doesn't need to have a million moles and a weird nose. Like she can just kind of
No.
have glitter.
Yeah. She can have huge fucking tits.
Literally.
That's a comment under Marnie's video
Yeah.
too.
Oh yeah. Wait, we should do the next segment.
I think so. Can you pull it up though?
Girl.
Wait, Amelia,
Oh.
hold it down.
Leave that in.
Girl, get your Glock. It's rapid fire time.
Where are you illegally throwing away your trash?
Oh, across the street.
What's on your grilled pizza?
No cheese.
Truth or dare?
Dare.
What's your favorite utensil?
Fork.
Are you the voice of your generation or a voice of a generation?
I am the voice of my generation.
What are you commenting on Marnie's music video?
Go girl.
What's your drink password at the open bar?
It's orange.
Amelia's purple and black. If the neck tattoo is a new sunglass, what's the new neck tattoo?
What?
Sorry.
Scarves.
Scarves.
Ooh.
What's your
I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
What's your favorite lyric from Marnie's song?
I'm not aware.
Yeah.
Ooh. And lastly, what words of advice is Hermes giving to you? Whoa, Jesus Christ.
Oh.
What words of advice is Hermes leaving with you?
Take a breath, relax. It's going to be
Ooh.
okay. That's what he would tell me.
Wow.
You did an amazing job.
Yeah, that was really
Thank
good.
you. I was
definitely
really
have an
trying in the
improv
beginning and then I
background.
kind of panicked in the middle and then I feel like I stuck the landing.
Some people just panic the whole time. So you
Yeah.
did a pretty good job.
Sometimes we're like, we just bullied our guests.
Yeah.
A lot.
I'm like, yeah.
You actually had the most questions ever too.
Wait, ask me the scarf one again. Can we do
Yeah,
Can we do a
I said it
round where
bad.
it's
I said it bad.
where you go really
Redacted.
slow?
Okay.
It's a slow question.
Ready?
Yeah.
If neck tattoos are the new sunglasses, what is the new neck tattoo?
So if neck tattoos are the new sunglasses, what's the new like crazy thing? If
Yeah,
the
what's your
crazy
neck
thing isn't
tattoo?
crazy anymore, we have
Yeah,
to
yeah.
we have to one up what's crazy.
Neck tattoos used to
I
be
mean,
crazy.
is it a face tattoo? I think it's a face tattoo, right?
Yeah.
I think you're totally
That
right
was
about
true, like probably like 5 years ago. I don't know if it's still true. Remember when face tattoos, like
right.
Lil Xan and like face tattoos were like having a big moment?
My brother's ex-girlfriend had a
Lil
face
Xan.
tattoo, but it was just like a cute little star.
Oh, cute.
Yeah,
I can't believe you brought up Little Xan on a podcast.
I did.
I don't know what that is.
You're the only person to bring up that era. It's a rapper who is like dating Tana Mojo. It's another crazy
Oh.
reference. You edit her podcast.
I really love heart tattoos.
Do you have any tattoos?
I have none.
I have none either.
I have none.
Look at us.
I guess we can't commit to things.
No, literally no.
Wait, who? Greta Gerwig. Greta Gerwig. That's the producer of the new Barbie movie.
Yeah,
She was.
produced it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Huh.
She was
I have a
organizing-
general with a producer named Greta
Somewhere
Gerwig.
there, right?
She was like making the spreadsheet.
Well,
for
she was
sure.
saying never get a tattoo, and now I can't remember why.
Oh, Greta Gerwig said that?
Yeah,
That surprises me about her.
because she said you'll never fully commit to something. Huh? I misquoted her, but I think it's fun to keep it that way.
That's crazy because everybody I know who loves Greta Gerwig has
Has
a lot of
tattoos.
little tattoos.
Yeah.
It's like, well, if you love your girl, aren't you gonna
Completely.
listen to her?
She really is so great. And I said it into an iPad.
You get
Did
bucked.
you know that Lena Dunham is directing Polly Pocket movie?
I did hear that.
How are we feeling?
My initial reaction was it just feels like it is. I mean, it seems extremely derivative. It seems really just carbon copy. It seems like if you pulled the lever one more time, that's the new one that came
Yeah.
out. So I just don't love that. Like that just feels like, but or it feels like a sketch about this time in Hollywood.
I
So
wonder
that
what
was
it's
my
gonna be
initial
like.
reaction. I didn't
Totally.
think beyond that, but that is what I thought.
I think that's a thought enough.
Also, like because Barbie was such a huge success, it's like maybe just leave it alone. I don't know.
No, they're making a million movies like this.
Yeah, it's gonna be Marvel.
They're doing
now.
Hot Wheels. They're trying to make it Marvel.
Skipper's gonna
Oh,
get
it's
their
the
own one. Like
new-
it's gonna be a whole thing because think about how much money they made
Obviously.
to save the movie.
Because
Yeah.
business is doing so poorly, Mattel, so they like have to really strategically pivot.
Although I will say I enjoyed the movie and I was impressed with how like Mattel let that even happen. I was like, this is
Yeah.
a really political movie. I can't believe Mattel was like, sure.
He really went there.
I didn't
Wow.
see
I'm so
it.
proud of corporations like Mattel.
Literally, they're like, fine, you can make fun of us a little.
Thank God.
Which
Yeah.
like hasn't happened before. Like I guess it is like Duolingo let it happen on TikTok.
Yeah.
I think it is TikTok on like
And they're usually
corporations
rewarded.
on TikTok,
Yeah.
or like Twitter, corporate Twitter being
Or
like
McDonald's.
LOL.
McDonald's
That
did a really good
paved
job.
the way for Mattel.
They unblocked Patty Harrison.
Did they?
I don't know.
She deserves it.
She deserves it.
Hi.
It all.
We have one more segment of the podcast. It's called That
Oh,
Outfit.
yeah, we changed it. I apologize.
You're just saying words.
That outfit in Brooklyn, where we compare Brooklyn now to Brooklyn then.
Okay.
So I have examples if it just helps
I
anyone.
know. Well, right away, I wanted to bring up Shoshana's chevron purse. It's
Yeah.
like Peplum's finally circling back. So Brooklyn now versus then, like we're actually back at the beginning. Like Shoshana's whole outfit. I mean, we aren't back to Marnie. Like Marnie's dress was so crazy, and that would never exist.
Marnie's dress would never exist.
Today.
Nobody would wear that now to their
You can't get
French
on
David
Newly.
birthday.
Oh, I mean, I think it was intentionally out of place even at the time,
Oh yeah,
right?
Of course.
The thing that caught my eye the most was Hannah's jacket that at her
The
birthday
army
party.
one?
Yes, that brought me back.
If you don't
that
think I
brought
wore that
me back.
every day of my senior year of high school, I was in an army jacket in Texas, like sweating in it. But I was like, it looks
Yeah.
cool. Oh god.
That brought me all. I was like, whoa, those jackets.
Wait,
I still have mine.
I think I missed it. Can you guys describe it?
Like a green army jacket. Thing.
Oh,
It wasn't
like-
even green. It was that
It was like-
different color. It was like basically like the murkiest color you see out in the
Yeah.
in
You're
the sky
pointing
right
at a
now.
Hasidic building.
Yeah, it's just like a chalky, dark,
Yes.
Yeah,
earthy, military,
it's so military.
thin. Like it's
Ooh.
not.
It's not
There's such a
warm.
bizarre. It's not
It's
warm.
not waterproof.
It's
It's not-
nothing.
it's not Caroline's
nothing. It's not
Dickies.
flattering. It's not
No.
unflattering. It's just there.
I
It's
have the
just
exact
so
same
there.
one from Aritzia. I kept it and I'm waiting for it to come back.
How much did you pay for it?
I think like $142.
Oh my god,
Oh,
investment.
But
isn't
I-
Aritzia like everything is $900?
It's like 90 for a top that should be 12.
Whoa.
But it's my 11-year-old sister's favorite place to shop right now.
Aritzia? It's still a thing?
Oh my god, her sister Uber Eats. She's 11 and she Uber Eats.
Whoa.
My parents got a knock on the door. They open it up. They're like, did somebody order McDonald's? My little sister comes down from upstairs making TikTok videos and she's like, goes back upstairs to her room.
That's huge.
I mean, I'm
huge.
excited for her.
Oh my God. I read a mixologist versus a bartender. It's like that was a really big trope back then.
Yeah,
People
huge.
really
It
like
was
discerning
terrible.
difference, but now every mixologist is a bartender.
Mixologist was huge for 2012.
I know. Brands still kind of, millennials really like it. Not to speak for your people.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a big problem. You'd constantly be like 3 people deep at the bar. And it's like 1 a.m. The music is like loud and you're like ready to go, but they're like muddling arugula. And you're like, oh my God, like baby, like we can't be doing this right now.
Is that LA or New York?
This was LA. That's where I was at the time. But it must have been in New York too. You know what's funny? When I first moved to LA, I literally thought like everything that was happening was so specific to LA, to the point where like when I came back to New York for the first time and that song Pumped Up Kicks played, I was like, oh my God, you guys have that here?
It's crazy. That's the only song I requested at my bar mitzvah.
Yeah, really?
I'm not joking. He's like, that
Did
one?
they play it?
Yeah, of course.
I gave my bar mitzvah DJ a long list of songs and none of them were played. Not a one.
That's so crazy.
Pretty crazy.
Why did they not want to make you happy on your day?
I don't know.
They have such a specific taste when they go in, and it's like it hasn't. I go to a bar mitzvah now. They're playing songs they played 10 years ago. They did not stop after 2012. I mean, they did stop at 2012. They still play
the same songs.
Yeah, songs you're hearing in girls is like that's actually too new for songs they're playing at bar mitzvahs these days.
What was happening outside with the like twee band?
That brought me back too. Oh my God! Like
him and her.
Like the woman with the mohawk made out of her not mohawk hair.
It was so impressive.
I used to like really like this, but this was like before I moved to LA and I was in college and I was like going to Bushwick for the first time ever, and like you would just meet people like that. You would just meet people like that who were like full. They're like in drag, just like full fantasy.
What are they doing now?
Of like I don't know.
What
like,
are they doing? I always am like
they
I've seen these
probably
people.
like
I'm like,
work
what
at
are you
like
doing now?
like some company or something. Like
they're probably engaged to a property brother.
Because it's like you can't. It's not sustainable. Like it doesn't make any sense. You are purposely living like outside of like society, but you're doing it inside of society. You're doing it in Bushwick. So it's like you don't make any sense, but like you're making us all have to deal with it. You know,
it's the Bushwick experience, and that's why I'm dying to move there. I just want to know.
Yeah.
Sorry,
the way she was the way Caroline was dancing, I was like, I used to meet this woman every weekend, and I am so glad I don't anymore.
Yeah, they really are people. When she says the line about being like, I'm outside my body when I have sex, it's a symptom of anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
Hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there was a lot. There was so much there in that character.
In a bad way.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot she was saying where it's like they're framing her as crazy, but she's really grounded.
Yeah.
Like,
also, she uses such big words. When she first enters, she's using like 8-syllable words. I didn't even know they go that long.
I thought that was a real. I feel like Gaby did a really good job of playing that.
Yeah.
Like where like you knew right away what was happening.
Totally.
Like, you just knew. You were like, oh, okay, this is her thing, and like you like she's doing it well, but she's also like it's still annoying, but like I'm impressed, but I'm annoyed. I feel like she hit it perfectly.
We didn't even talk about my favorite line the whole show this time or this whole episode.
What was it?
Where it's like they hate pretty young teachers. They only want to hire the old smelly ones. And Hannah's like, that really is a terrible trope in our society.
That is a double standard
in our society. So funny.
I love it. You tried to euthanize Grandma Helen.
I love
like
that
she
too.
wanted to die.
Yeah.
She screams
like that's such a fun, like those are the 3 sentences that like introduce her character and you're like, I get it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Hannah wearing whistles as earrings. I feel like that would happen now.
I hope it would happen
Yeah, that
now.
would totally happen now.
What are the neck tattoos? What did you say it was? Face tattoo.
Face tattoos.
But I don't know if that's still true though.
Maybe
it's probably like
tooth
is it like
gems?
buccal fat or whatever?
Buccal fat removal surgery is a new neck tattoo.
Ozempic.
That is so funny.
Oh yeah, like I feel like it's
Ozempic's a new neck tattoo.
Like some kind of like extreme surgery.
It's extreme surgery.
Yeah.
You want to send a message.
Yeah.
Or I love when Marnie's like, yeah, I'll take party pics, and I know he's on Instagram, so he'll see those.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like, people are still doing that. Instagram party pics for boys.
The way they were talking about Instagram was really interesting.
Yeah.
It's like
so
we're realizing how long we've had Instagram and like
She didn't even say Facebook.
But it felt a little different the way she was like talking about Instagram and the way that like Hannah was like validating her opinion about Instagram.
It'd be a story post today.
It was very like, because they didn't have story posts. Yeah. She's like, you needed a birthday party because that's a reason to feed posts.
Is she posting like 8 things though? Because you can't do also carousel. So she's probably posting like 8 photos from his one birthday party.
Yeah.
Definitely. Separately.
And they're like have a weird filter on all of them. I wish we could find those photos.
What were they called? Paris, Valencia,
Kelvin.
Honey, they're
Kelvin.
the cities, the
I
major
like. What
cities.
was my favorite one? It was. Oh God.
I loved Valencia.
I love Paris.
I never remember it. I have to look and find out.
It starts with an S, right?
There was one I loved the most, and it was like it like made everything like really like faint and like almost peach, like light. Everything was
Did
really,
you ever use Visco?
No, I only used the one. The only one ever made sense to me.
I used to every single photo I had on my phone. I would literally put it through C3 filter on Visco. And I was Visco famous, so I knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
And it was the best filter ever. You put it 75% on all your photos. Thousands of photos on my Facebook with CS filter on it.
When Afterlight started charging for their features.
And I remember I put in my mom's credit card and she freaked out. She's like, she was so mad that I was charging. Like, I don't know.
$2.99.
Literally, it was one of the worst things I ever did to her.
I love it. I feel like that's everything.
Perfect.
That's everything I wrote down.
That's an amazing episode.
I mean, Tooth and Tinfoil birthday gift was crazy.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
The way Hannah was immediately on board. And Adam was like, I don't know if this is my tooth or Caroline's tooth, but it's my DNA.
Yeah.
I said I'd break up with him right then and there.
Well, thank you so much for being on the
yeah. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, literally.
Do you want anything to plug?
Yeah. I mean, you're not really allowed to, but
we can plug show.
You have a gun to my head?
Yeah,
you're like, try it. Try it. Go for it.
I bring out all my magic.
No, do it.
No, do
it.
Article.
Yeah.
We can sneak it into Vice before it closes.
No, anything live that people
should. Do you have any shows in 3 weeks?
No, stay home. Stay home.
Stay
safe.
COVID's back. COVID's back.
Yeah.
This is actually crazy because I met you during COVID.
Was it?
Well, it was like LA for me. I only lived there during COVID.
I feel like it was literally before. I feel like I saw you at like a slotted open mic in like 2019.
Oh my God, I wish.
I think was that not what happened?
I moved to LA March of 2020. And then I started doing open mics like fall of 2021.
She's one of those faces.
Then maybe it was fall of 2021. But I literally
remember like some bar in like Burbank where that was like glittery. And it was like run by like 6 random guys.
Yeah.
But then you always showed up. And I was like, this guy seems cooler than that. The good night.
The good night.
It's like you were always in like a backyard where it was like 17 incels. And then like you.
Hey, those are my friends.
I know. It was like you were trying to get out as soon as possible. You would always like,
my friends. I'm like, I can't get me away from them.
And then you'd be like, I'll respectfully watch one person after me and then leave. Like it was so like classic.
Okay. Wow. I'm being called in.
You have to be there though.
No.
You have to be in a place where you only wait for one. Because otherwise it gets so mentally draining. And especially, I don't know how long you've been doing open mics for, but like I can only imagine.
As long as I've been alive.
You're really good at stand up.
Thank you.
You're like perfect because Evan loves like setup punchline. You're really good at like you know how people have fun and they're just kind of loopy doopy.
Sure.
You're like I actually wrote a joke down.
You're like I'm actually not having fun.
You're like I have a setup and I have a punchline.
Yeah.
I'm here to do what is asked of me.
I did my homework. What are you guys doing?
Yeah.
The test is tomorrow.
Literally.
Yeah. Really good vibe.
No, sorry for reading you to filth on the end.
I'm literally sweating. But I need to hear this.
That actually is our last segment.
Is our segment.
Destroy that girl.
No, I just want you to know that I thought you were literally so cool. I couldn't even talk to you. I was like, he's too cool.
I remember literally just thinking like, oh, she seems like really interesting and funny. And I only just saw you and I just thought, oh wow, yeah.
I had that reaction when I first saw her do stand up too.
Yeah.
And then I've lost it. And I'm trying to find it back.
We'll
build there though.
We'll work on it together.
But you've chosen each other and that's what matters.
Mm-hmm. It's beautiful.
But thank you so much for being on. Check out Jared wherever he is. He's very bi-coastal. He says he's going to be in New York a lot, maybe.
October, November.
Yes.
I know. I'm just here to bother everyone.
So whatever coast you're on, check it out. We'll be back next week covering episode 4 of season 3. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for doing the outro, Amelia. Oh, also, can you subscribe?
And that'll be perfect.
Yeah, that'll be perfect.